This is Andy Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by heavyweight Nick Campbell over Zoom. Nick, first and foremost, how are you doing?
Hey Andy, thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm sound. I'm doing well. Obviously just getting ready for weigh-in shortly, and then be ready to go tomorrow night.
Obviously, it must have been an exciting few days for you getting ready for fight night tomorrow night, and also the announcement of your promotional deal and agreement with Boxer to have your future bouts featured on Sky Sports. Let's start off with this weekend, though. Obviously, returning to the ring, looking to make it 3-0. Just talked about your camp. How's everything been?
Yeah, everything's went really well. Training's went, cracking. I've done a good, hard, solid 10 weeks for this, so I'm feeling ready, feeling sharp. I've had good sparring. I've been in quite a few times with the UFC lad, Johnny Walker, a couple of other lads. But everything's went well. Everything's seems to be going in the right direction. So I'm happy with how camps went, and I'm feeling ready.
Nick, still obviously very early stages of your boxing career with that rugby background and the transition from that into professional boxing. At this stage now, how have you found it, and how do you find your training camps as they've progressed?
Yeah, listen, I've always trained hard. I've always, lived a life even when I played rugby. So in terms of getting into training, it's not an issue. It's just about learning as much as I can in terms of boxing IQ and boxing technique and perfecting things that I need to work on. Obviously, I've got time to make up for. So that's what I'm focusing on, really. My fitness and my strength and everything is all there. It's just the boxing IQ and the boxing technique I need to brush up on, and you only get that through good sparring and good training, which I've got. So, everything's going well. Like I say, I'm married to the game. I dedicate my life to this sport now, so I really can't complain with how everything's going.
Nick, talk to me about your opponent for this coming weekend. What do you know about him, and are you looking to try and get a few extra rounds under your belt?
Freddie Ponguillo is 2-1. I think he's got 2 stoppage victories. He's from Spain. I've watched one of his fights. He's rough and ready, comes forward, has a go, plenty of heart. So no doubt it'll be a good contest. And yeah, listen, I'm just going out there and concentrating on a performance, really. And if a stoppage comes, it comes. So I'll go as long as it needs to go. If it's 6 rounds, it's 6 rounds. We'll get a good points decision. If the opportunity presents itself early, I'm going to take it, because in heavyweight boxing, it only takes 1 punch and it's game over. So I'm not going to be leaving anything to chance. But first and foremost, a good performance, and everything else will take care of itself.
Nick, we did an interview just before you turned pro, and you spoke about your desires to, the very least, become the British champion. You never named any kind of fighters you had in your eyesight back then. Now your career's begun, like say you're 2-0, potentially 3-0 after tomorrow night. Is there anybody who you do look at and you think there's a potential matchup there at some point in my career?
There's plenty of guys. There's loads of heavyweights knocking about just now in Britain at heavyweight, all at the start of their career in a similar position to me. But nah, not really. To be honest, I'm not really thinking about anybody else. I mean, maybe when I get to 8, 10 and 0, things change. You need to start calling people out or looking to challenge someday. But right now, I'm just kind of focused on what I need to do and working on what I need to work on. And we'll see what happens. We know the sport we're in. We know people get called out all the time. So I don't know if anybody's going to call me out soon. But for me right now, that's cool. I'm just going to focus on me, get on with what I need to do, and everything will take care of itself.
Nick, as we mentioned at the beginning of this interview, it's been an exciting few days for you, especially on the back of that promotional agreement. Like we said, just touch on that. Where did it all come about from your end, and how quickly was you able to tie things up?
Well, obviously my manager Mark has a great relationship with most of the promotional teams in the UK. obviously works very close with Matchroom. Some of the fighters he's got. Obviously, my debut was on the Matchroom show on Sky Sports, but I think it just kind of stemmed from there. I had a good week. We were in the bubble then. I performed well for my debut. I done all right in front of the camera and everything like that. And I think, maybe obviously Sky knew at that point before we all did, them and Matchroom were splitting up and they had stuff moving in the background, and don't know if they just thought I was a good guy to bring in and be part of the roster. So yeah, I'm blessed and very fortunate. I'm very lucky to have, my manager Mark there promoting me the best he can. So that was how it came about, really. He just said to me he thinks that this was a good option for me. He thought it was going to be the best thing for me in terms of developing and progressing as a fighter. And Sky Sports is the biggest sporting platform in the world. So like I say, I'm blessed, I'm lucky, and just really chuffed to get the opportunity.
So Nick, did you have initial conversations when you did fight on that Ben Vargas card with maybe some of the guys at Sky, or have I read that wrong?
No, I never had any obviously just met the guys from Sky and had conversations with them, but nothing about going with a new promotional banner. I just meant obviously I had made connections with people then and met people then, and yeah, it was good.
So Nick, just touch on kind of the plans that Sky are putting in place for you, and how do they see your career developing underneath their banner now?
To be honest, I don't really know. I've got a 3-fight deal. I'll be hoping to get out as soon as possible after this fight, and I just let them take care of all that kind of thing. The only thing I can do is go in and train hard and make sure that I'm ready to perform. So I'll just do what I'm told. When they say, Nick, you're going to be fighting on whatever date, I'll be ready to fight then, and I'll go in and give a good account of myself and make sure I do everything I can to seize the opportunity and grab it with 2 hands.
Just a couple more from me, Nick, before I do let you shoot off. With this opportunity, as you mentioned there, how excited are you for what can be in store? Knowing, as you said there, you've got a 3-fight deal, so it's a big chance for you to make a statement on the Sky cameras, on Sky TV, and to continue to look to impress and to open up your career and potential other doors and avenues.
Yeah, I've been in the world of professional sport for a long time now, and one of the things I've learned is that never look too far ahead. Always just concentrate on one fight at a time. I've got a fight tomorrow night, which I need to take care of before I can think about anything else. And after that, it'll be one more fight before I can think about anything else. So that's all I'm focused on, is just doing my job, performing well, entertaining people, and getting the Scottish fight fans behind me, getting Jersey, where I'm based, behind me, getting Belfast, where I train, behind me, and seeing where it can take us. That's all I can do. So as long as I go in there and give a good account of myself, everything else will take care of itself, and that's all I'm focused on.
You mentioned trying to get the Scottish fans behind you. Obviously, one card which was announced the other days, the Josh Taylor, well, not card, but fight rather, Josh Taylor, Jack Catterall in December. Is that a card you'd love to jump on to be on the undercard of an undisputed title fight with that champion currently being Josh?
You know what? It would be unbelievable. Josh is a cracking fella. I've met him a couple of times. Obviously, been around the Scottish boxing scene, and he's undisputed at light welterweight. So if I could get an opportunity to fight on his card, then of course it would be amazing. Obviously enough, it's in Glasgow as well. I call myself the Glasgow Warrior. Obviously, I, throw back to my rugby days as well. I played for Glasgow Warriors, but I'm from Glasgow. I'm proud to be where I'm from, and I've been to a lot of good nights in Glasgow as well. I've been to watch, Ricky Burns, Scott Harrison. I watched Mike Tyson at Hampden when he fought there. I was at the Josh Taylor at the Braehead Arena when he fought O'Hara Davies. So to then be part of one of those nights would be incredible. I mean, that's what everybody gets into the sport, to one day try and do something like that. So if I got that opportunity, it'd be incredible.
All right, Nick, we'll leave it there now because I know you're going to have to shoot off shortly for your weigh-in. So I appreciate your time this morning. Thank you for speaking to Boxing Social, and good luck on the weekend.
Mate, thanks for having me. Thanks for the support. I appreciate it.